That was an embarrassing defeat. Like, do from here now? Where do we go from here? Because basically, I know we're solidly in third, um, better on goal difference than Aston Villa, but that was an embarrassing defeat. That was nothing to write home about, especially for the first like 29 minutes or 30 minutes, because how can you tell me that with that starting lineup we can't even kind of stop Leeds at least in the first half from scoring? It was really disappointing. We waited a whole 24 days for this, like literally 24 full days for this. That is absolutely disappointing, absolutely heartbreaking. We went into this game with regards to having a good home record under Michael Carrick. Now Michael Carrick has lost one game at home and one game away. The last three Premier League meetings at Old Trafford produced 18 goals between Man United and Leeds. Carrick has won all 6 Premier League matches at home at Old Trafford as Man United boss. This was before the game. Man United scored 13 goals in the last 3 Premier League home matches against Leeds. We have played Leeds nothing more than 15 times in the Premier League, especially at Old Trafford. Not in the Premier League, but overall all competitions at Old Trafford. And we haven't lost to them. We've had, I think, 5 draws in all of that. Right. Now we come and play against Leeds again. In a time when we're supposed to be in good form, we have nothing distracting us. Leeds have an FA Cup to think about. We have nothing to distract us. We go on a rest for 24 days and we come back with this horrendous, disappointing performance. Man United have lost just once in 14 Premier League games since Christmas. Now make that 2 in 15. Like, Leeds also have earned over 10 fewer points than their XG performance suggests. Leeds also win less than 6 league games, collecting just 4 points in 18 available. Now they've added three extra points to make it 7 in 21. That is absolutely disappointing. That's like 1.73 games for them, but it is what it is. They get their first win, and considering the fact that they've been drawing other games, Leeds are winless in 6. They've reached the FA Cup semi-final in 39 years after beating West Ham on penalties. Leeds haven't scored in their last 4 Premier League matches. They come against Man United and they score 2. It is absolutely disappointing. That's a disappointing performance. And I heard the commentator make a statement with regards to the irony of things, and the other commentator just kind of, aligned with it and basically just said, no, so this is the comment they made. They said, oh, isn't it ironic that a team playing the back 3 is beating a team that is playing a back 4 and all of that. Meanwhile, when Amorim tried it, it didn't work. Now, this guy, Daniel Farka, switched to it and it worked, and then it's working, and basically they're beating a team that used to play that back 3. And I'm like, and the commentator, the guy who was commenting as a second, was saying basically that it all boils down to the player and the players that are available. It all boils down to playing to suit the players and all of that. What do you want to call this now? Because you look at a player like James Justin, right, playing centre back for Leeds, right? He played CB for Leeds. James Justin plays as right back, right wing back, right midfield, left wing back, and can play as centre back. So and this same James Justin played for Leicester in 2022. Was sold by Leicester in 2022. He'll be playing for Leicester from Luton Town. So what are we saying here? It's 28 years. What are we saying here? It's the same thing, man. So it is what it is. It's so disappointing, and I just want to rant, but I just feel like it will be pointless ranting, because I don't know why we should be losing to Leeds. I don't know why we should be. Like, this is the Roses rivalry, for crying out loud. It dates back to history. Why should we be losing to Leeds? We were not up to the races at all. From the first half, we were literally not up to the races. When I saw the starting lineup, I was a bit, what is wrong with this starting lineup? At first, it didn't catch my eye that Mazraoui was in the right back. But when I saw that starting line, I was like, okay, Licha, Casemiro and Ugarte in midfield, maybe that's some shorty there, defensive stability, albeit Casemiro can be the creator while Ugarte becomes the the defender and all of that. Okay, no problem. I can take that. Then I saw the forward line and I was like, why is Šeško starting in a back three where there are three players that are going to be on him? Why not play Mbumo? When you play Mbumo, it allows him to drop into mid to actually create an overload. But no, he started Šeško. I'm thinking, why? What's the rationale behind starting Šeško? Like, why? Because in the first place, the idea behind playing Mbumo is simple. Offside, I mean, Mbumo had an impact in the game, but albeit he had like a few, I mean, barely played, how many minutes? Barely played 20 minutes, right? He still had an impact. He made something happen, had an attempt, tried to run in the box and everything. Why? Because it just logically makes sense to start Mbumo over Šeško, because Šeško is not going to be getting a lot of the ball. And we're going to analyze that in the player rating show. Just look out for that. Šeško is not going to be getting a lot of the ball. So why play him when you can play Mbumo, who can come into the midfield? It will now give the centre backs in Struijk, Bjorn and Justin to think about how to defend against Man United, because with Šeško they can control our outlet. Šeško was only winning air balls and he was heading air balls to people who will not win them. If you add Mbumo, it's kind of like you make it narrow, and then once Mbumo doesn't get the ball, the person who hits the ball, maybe Bjorn or Justin or Struijk, when Mbumo is challenging them as a centre forward, will head the ball down, and Cunha or Ahmad win the second ball. Then you have the opportunity to do a fake offside. Mbumo goes off and it looks like he's offside, then and Bruno creates a chance for someone like Cunha or Ahmad. Simple stuff that it's like we've seen it and we know basically of, yeah, quite all right, we might not be, the Michael Carricks of this world and all of that, but I will not make this kind of mistakes. Basically, we'll start with the starting lineup. Sonolamens in net, and it was basically Mazraoui in for Dalot, and I didn't expect that Mazraoui one Mazraoui would have started, because if Dalot is good to come on as a sub, he might as well be good to come on to start the game. If you start the game, play 60 minutes, you bring in Mazraoui to come and show up the defense. But you start a Mazraoui that has barely played multiple games, and Dalot, because he was ill ahead of the break that was taken to Ireland. Yes, quite all right, you can say that, but start him, because he provided us an opportunity, he provided us a lot of chances, provided us an attacking outlet. But for the most part, Mazraoui was kind of sitting back a little bit, and Shaw too as well will go forward, and he will run back as well. So like, it leaves us a lot of space and gaps. Even Mazraoui was not even talking into midfield like that to kind of help the midfield. We're just getting run through multiple times. The only person I know in that back line that stood up for himself was Leny Yoro. Did everything that needs to be done, and it made him look stupid, because the truth is, they bullied Licha Martinez. No matter what I want to say, that was class act bullying when it comes to Licha Martinez and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Literally bullied Licha Martinez. Whether Licha Martinez pulled the guy and the ref didn't see it, or Dominic Calvert-Lewin elbowed Yoro in the box, and we're not going to come and start complaining about the ref. But you could actually see that this team was not balanced. I didn't believe that Licha Martinez would be able to start, because honestly, just come back from injury. Why don't you start Aiden Heaven? Aiden Heaven is good enough to start this game. Why didn't you start him? Right? There are other players, but Aiden Heaven is good enough to start the game. You put him in the starting lineup, and then you can bring on Licha later. Allow him and Yoro to work together to kind of build. I know everybody's going to be looking at, he's going for Licha because of experience. Now, the experience has not helped us, because the truth is, Calvert-Lewin and Noah Okafor are tall. Only Leny Yoro is the tall guy in that box. Even Mazraoui is not tall enough. He was even switched off at the second goal. Same thing. Luke Shaw is not tall enough. Why don't you just bring two guys, let them work together? Heaven is very technical on the ball. Yoro is good defensively. Let them balance each other. What are you looking for? This is very disappointing. This is a very disappointing defeat. And the truth is, it's more painful that we lost, not because obviously we've lost our place in top three. No, we've not. We still have our top three, and we face Chelsea next week, and we cannot be going to Chelsea with this type of performance. Anyway, we are now going to be forced to play a back four of Dalot, Euro, Heaven, and Shaw. We don't have a choice. We literally don't have a choice, because the truth is, the two defenders that are supposed to be the experienced heads in this squad are suspended. That's the thing. Now, you had a situation where, honestly, after the red card, okay, let's go with the goals first. How did the first goals come? The first goal came. The first goal came as a result of first and foremost. Before that, there was this cross that came into the box that kind of just put everybody off and everything, and Man United defended that cross first. That was like in the 3rd minute or so from this guy. Let's look at in the 3rd minute from Gudmundsson, right? Gudmundsson crossed that ball in the 3rd minute. Mazraoui was too slow to cover that his line. The same thing we complain about other midfielders, other defenders, and what they should do. Mazraoui was too close. Mazraoui was too slow to come out the blocks to block that cross from going in. And Gudmundsson gets the cross in, and they nearly score. And then Solomon saves us. Then you now come on, and you have the same type of cross again. We try to head it out, and somebody heads it down. I think it's Calvert-Lewin heads it down or something, and then it falls to the feet of Noah Okafor, who just taps it in. Like, are you serious right now? Why are we in 6s and 7 in the box? Calvert-Lewin elbows Euro in the box. Vieira doesn't see that as a foul. They let it go. And then you have the ball just falls on the feet of Noah Okafor, who then puts it away. Then you come to another player, the second goal, where Licha Martinez is looking, heads the ball out, or come on, man. That second goal was even more annoying because there was nobody coming out the blocks, and it was even Casemiro that was there. Nobody coming out the blocks to actually defend that shot, and then it falls on what's his name, on Euro, who now it deflects off of Euro into the bottom left of Lomans, and then that's it. They decide to try to attack us. They create similar chances and all of that, up until Licha Martinez in the 56 minutes, literally 11 minutes into the second half, you get that stupid red card. He's been doing some things off the ball, and I think probably someone must have gone in the ears of the officials, because he's been doing some stuff off the ball, and then basically at that one point where he did the rubbish, he was caught, and then he was given a red card. The truth is, whether Calvert-Lewin had fouled or not, let's not blame the ref for a mistake, for his mistake, based on the fact that obviously there has been some things that have been going on off the ball. Yes, in as much as we like the shithousery and all of that, we need to be playing, not to be tackling. We need to be winning the balls and playing. We were absolutely rubbish today. Absolutely rubbish today. Absolutely rubbish. And I said this at the beginning. If any player, if any manager, if any manager is to come in to take on this job of the Man United manager after Ruben Amorim, he has to win every game. Carrick has lost two games and drawn a couple. It's absolutely disappointing. Only 4 or 5 players showed up today. The rest, rubbish. Absolutely. The rest, rubbish. Like, I was disappointed. I was absolutely disappointed by the game. But it is what it is. We're gonna do the player ratings after this in the next video. Let's talk about how the goals came. The goals came as a result of spamming crosses. Because after we got the red card, I think at some point Casemiro dropped into centre back and became a back four with Lenioro and Lenioro on the left, Casemiro on the right, Shaw on the left back, and then Mazraoui on the right back. And then I think Michael Carrick saw that there was some difficulty for Casemiro dealing with the pace. They left only Euro, and then they brought Bruno deep. The same Bruno that can play all positions. They're like, oh, he's not playing in his right position. He's been playing in the 10. He's not been freed. Now he's free to play. Same Bruno was still making chances from deep. from deep as a deep line playmaker, literally almost as a third center back, dropping back, defending, running, burning his fuel, only to not get a win out of this. He still got an assist because what? At some point, Ahmad had a ball cross into the box that was defended. At some point, Bruno had to kind of tell Ahmad, you know what, just go, let me cross. And then he had to cross it, and then before you know it, it got to Casemiro, who headed the ball. It's absolutely disappointing. Absolutely disappointing. There's no two ways about that. There's no two ways about that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. We have to try to find a way to kind of accept where we're at right now, and deal with it as it comes, because I'm so disappointed by the way this game panned out. Casemiro scored the goal. Yeah, quite all right. We started spamming crosses, playing long balls. Are we playing long balls? Where's the shape? Where's the structure? Where's the style of play? What is the style of play that was evident in this game? We're playing long balls. Like, Leeds did not even play low block. Literally, they were playing a mid block style of play, but they were outrunning us in the mid. Because you have Aronson, Okafor, Tanaka, and Ampadu dropping that midfield, forming a block, leaving Cavallini up there. And then you have only Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, and Ugarte. They're going to outrun us. Michael Carrick should have known this a long time ago. If you had Mbumo, you leave the work of pressing to Mbumo and drop Bruno in the mid, and then you tell Cunha to drop in the mid to form a box to deal with the outnumbering. Because the truth is, you have an Mbumo up top, right? If you bring in Ahmad and bring in Ugarte, Casemiro, and Bruno and Cunha, we have a +1 in mid. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy and disappointing, trust me. Absolutely crazy. I understand what Carrick was trying to do. He was trying to match Ahmad, Cunha, and Šeško as the three, kind of like a 4-3-3, where they will be on each centre back. But you can't do that when you're being outnumbered in midfield. Because the centre backs at Man United would only have one player to mark, and that's Calvert-Lewin. So why don't you deal with that? You should have brought on even extra height. We're not winning second balls. We're not winning even third balls, literally. Right? It's disappointing. I'm not going to come and say, oh, the ref did this, the ref did that. The ref disappointed us, yes, quite all right, in the game against Bournemouth. But in this one, no. I'm absolutely disappointed. But it is what it is. Thank you so much for watching. The next video you're going to be seeing is the player ratings. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. What do you guys think about the game? Could Man United have done something different? Could Man United have done better? I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Goodbye. And God bless.